Welcome to the Personal Brand Elevator. It's a podcast with me, Petty Morgan, photographer, serial rebrander, entrepreneur and online business queen. We're here to talk strategies and tactics for personal brand elevation in an online remote world. If you provide services online, then you are your brand. So come on, jump in the elevator with me because we are going up. Hi, I'm Petty Morgan and I'm a serial rebrander. I think I'm actually addicted to rebranding because you get to put a different hat on with every new brand that you create. So, if I'm honest, I create new brands as often as I change my hair colour, which, if you've seen me online, is quite a lot. And I've learned a few things along the way. I've found that there are a few key things that you really must do when you create a new brand or you're thinking about launching a new business. And these are things that you can't really skip over because it can mean the difference between a successful brand or one that isn't. And I know because I've had both. So today, we're going to talk about 3 things that you must do when you start a new business or brand, or when you're relaunching or refreshing your brand. If you pay some attention to these activities, you'll be ahead of so many others out there who are trying to stand out and elevate their businesses online. So it's worth a listen in my opinion. So let's get started. So number 1 on my list is getting to know your ideal customer. So this is the person or persona who's likely to get the most value from what you have to offer. So you do need to know them intimately, who this person is. You would have heard probably about all those persona identification exercises that you can do. Or probably you've even done a few yourself. I know I have. Like when you give them a name and you say, oh, they've got green eyes and pink hair and this is where they hang out online and this is who they follow online, this is the magazines they read, all those sorts of things. I actually find these exercises to be really tedious. Some are quite useful, sure, I'll give them that, but there's a really good principle at play as part of these exercises. And if you understand the principle, then you can find your own ways to learn about your ideal customer. So ways that actually suit you and your personality, your type of business, and your ideal customers. But why is it actually even important in the first place to understand who your ideal customer is? Well, very simply, you do need to have some level of understanding about who you're talking to. Because if you don't, you end up talking to everybody and anyone and not really highly appealing to anyone. So your message will be diluted and it'll be unspecific. So if you're really clear about who your perfect client is or your perfect customer, if you actually understand how they work, how they operate, how they talk, what they struggle with, the words that they use to describe their problems, then actually the words that you use in your messaging will be aimed at them and they will hear you talking to them. But when your message is really clear, it'll also send other people who are not your ideal customer away. These people won't get as much value from what you have to offer. And if your message is clear, then they're like, okay, cool, well, I don't really need to know that. So they go off in the other direction, and that is totally fine. So how do you begin to understand your ideal customer? Well, sure, you can do those tedious persona generation exercises, but at the very least, if you're not interested in doing those, once you're clear on who you're serving, find out where they hang out. Are they on Instagram or are they on Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn? Are they reading or watching or listening to content? Where can you actually reach them and interact with them? This is so important. Once you've actually found them, then you can begin to have meaningful conversations with them. Understand the types of questions that they have and those struggles that they have, and most importantly, what they might need from you. So I've had some really great market research conversations with my ideal customer over Zoom and over the phone pretty recently. Once you speak to enough people, you actually start to notice patterns and you can start to validate any assumptions that you might have had about them. And this will help you to hone your product or your marketing message. So you need to get clear on who is likely to get the most value from what you offer, find out where they are, and then start talking to them. So, number 2. This one is actually completely different to number 1, but it's such an important step if you want to maximize the time you're spending building your business. And that is choose one platform and go deep on that chosen platform. So what I mean is choose one social media platform to master, choose one email autoresponder, choose one website builder, one course platform, etc., etc., etc. Whatever platform choices you're presented with, choose one and master it. Unless you're a technical VA and you actually want to have a deep knowledge of all of the technical platforms and options available, it's actually a bit of a waste of time, of valuable business building time, jumping from one platform to another. So let's talk about social media platforms first. So yeah, you can post one piece of content to all of them, Twitter, Facebook, la-di-da, Instagram. But if you're not in there responding to people's comments on your posts, engaging with your audience, and actually being a valuable contributor on that platform, you are technically just dumping content and leaving. Ew. So I'm going to tell you something really important, and it's not really mind-blowingly new, but hey, you can't possibly master more than one social media platform at a time, because they're all so different, and they all operate and they have different, they operate in different ways and they have different algorithms. So if you want to do really well on a platform, on a particular platform, then you actually need to understand that platform really well, or have a really kick-ass VA or content marketer that understands it, so that you can use it to its full potential. So you don't need to be on every platform, okay? I give you permission not to be on every single social media platform there is. Just choose one and do it really well. Yep, you can cross-post to the others. Like when you post to Instagram, you can cross-post automatically to Facebook, that sort of thing. Sure. But just make one social media platform your main platform. Engage with people in the comments, comment and like and share on other people's posts. Actually be part of the community. That's ultimately what all social media platforms have in common. They want you to participate in their community. So which one should you choose? Well, choose the place your people hang out and interact and engage with you. Find your people, as we talked about before, and hang out with them. So the principle is the same for choosing an email autoresponder, a website builder, and a course platform, and anything else. So most of them have really, really similar features and functionality, but all of them offer the basic functionality that you need to deliver a lead magnet, to send an email newsletter, to publish a sales page, to publish an online course. So they've got all the basics sorted. So that's all good. Just choose one and commit to learning it as best you can. And don't be tempted by the pretty marketing of others or the affiliate marketers who have a wonderful way of making something look absolutely irresistible. So this marketing is designed to get you all FOMO. So just, you're going to have to, at some level, ignore it. So I know that they're all pretty similar because I have used all of them, honestly. Right now, for pettymorgan.co, my marketing tech stack looks a bit like this. I generally use Instagram for mixing with my people. I've become quite the master of Instagram stories. I know how to use them well. I am now starting to use Reels slowly, bit by bit, instead of TikTok. Very similar, got lots of potential, but I've chosen Instagram because I'm really familiar with it. I'm just rolling with it. Sure, Facebook might be the place to be for some people, but I've chosen Instagram for now. I use WordPress and the Show It theme builder for my website. and I use WordPress and Elementor for my sales pages because I've learned it. I've used templates, that sort of thing, and I'm like, cool, I know it well enough to just go with it. I'm sticking with that. I use Flowdesk for my email autoresponder. After being quite a long time ConvertKit girl, I love ConvertKit, but I'm using Flowdesk, and I use Kajabi for my course platform. So does ConvertKit have a better deliverability rate than Flowdesk? Well, maybe, but I actually don't care. All I actually need is a tool that can deliver lead magnets and send emails to people who are interested in what I have to offer. Both of these tools, ConvertKit and Flowdesk and any other email autoresponder, do that equally well, but Flowdesk is prettier, so I use it. Is Kajabi a better choice than Teachable? Again, it doesn't really matter because all I need is to be able to deliver online course content to my students. Both tools can do it, but Kajabi is prettier. I'm a really shallow marketer, I know, but hey, there's some pretty tools and there's some ugly tools out there. So, when faced with a decision about which technical solution to use, choose one and go deep. Don't divert your attention to other tools because of great marketing and FOMO. Finally, but incredibly importantly, the third thing that you must do when you are starting or relaunching a brand or business is work on your mindset. Your mindset is the make or break of whether you're going to be successful with your brand or not. So you've heard the saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Well, what you believe to be true contributes to how you show up in the world. It comes across in your energy. It comes across in your vibe. People can actually smell it a mile away. They are like sharks sensing a drop of blood in the water. If you feel nervous or anxious or unconfident about your brand, it comes across in the way that you show up online. So you really need to work on your mindset and be really strong in the belief that you have about your business. You have to believe that you're going to be successful. Your success is inevitable. Tell that to yourself. When you believe in the product or the service that you provide to people is valuable, the rest just will follow. Work on your mindset. So important. When you believe in yourself, what you have to offer, you're talking to the people who will find it most valuable. You're not spending valuable time learning new platforms every week, but instead you're out there spreading your message and your impact. Then success will come to you, my friend. You will magnetize your ideal customer and you will get paid. Thanks for jumping in the personal brand elevator with me. That's the end of this episode, but please subscribe to hear more and leave me a rating, as not only does it help others to discover this podcast, but it strokes my ego. Well, that's if it's a good rating. So yeah, okay. I'll read the bad ones too, I promise. Bye!